More than 15,000 shipwrecks rest beneath the North Sea. Silent graveyards of wooden warships, steel liners, and even modern oil rigs. This isn't just another stretch of water. It's a place where storms rise out of nowhere, where submarines once prowled in the dark, and where entire crews vanished without a trace. Some wrecks are known. Others remain hidden, still undiscovered, still holding secrets. Legends speak of treasure, ghost ships, and mysteries that divers whisper about but never fully explain. Tonight, we're diving into the deadly secrets beneath the North Sea, a journey through wrecks, mysteries, and the ocean's relentless power. The North Sea may look small compared to the vast Atlantic, but don't be fooled. It's a compact, shallow basin squeezed between Britain, Norway, Denmark, and the rest of Northern Europe. Unlike deeper oceans that swallow waves into their depths, the North Sea is shallow, averaging just 90 meters. That means waves don't fade away. They build, crash, and hit with full force. Its geography is a trap. Strong tides funnel in from the English Channel to the south, and the Norwegian Sea to the north. Storm systems roll straight off the Atlantic, and when they collide with the shallow seabed, they turn deadly fast. Mariners describe it as a sea with two faces. One moment it's calm, almost inviting. The next, it's a boiling wall of water that can snap a ship's hull like kindling. It isn't just nature shaping this place. The North Sea floor is littered with oil pipelines, wind farms, and the wrecks of centuries of war. It's part battlefield, part graveyard, part industrial frontier, and every crossing comes with risk. But knowing where the North Sea sits is only half the story. To truly understand its danger, we need to look at how its waters behave. The North Sea is infamous for storms, not rare, freak events, but part of its very climate. Prevailing winds sweep in from the Atlantic, funneled straight into this shallow basin. With nowhere for the energy to go, waves build quickly and strike with brutal force. In severe storms, walls of water can climb over 20 meters high, taller than a 6-story building. And unlike calmer seas, the North Sea can change in minutes. Calm at dawn, chaos by noon. History remembers the deadliest examples. In 1953, a massive storm surge slammed into the Netherlands, Belgium, and the UK. Dikes collapsed, entire villages were swallowed, and more than 2,500 lives were lost. 9 years later, another surge devastated Hamburg. Hundreds died, and Germany was forced to rethink its entire flood defense system. Even today, offshore workers on oil rigs describe sudden squalls that shake entire platforms. For sailors, fishermen, and divers, the North Sea is never routine. Every voyage is a gamble against the weather, and when storms collide with human error, they leave behind something else the North Sea has in terrifying abundance: shipwrecks. The North Sea has been claiming ships for as long as people have dared to cross it. From wooden war galleons to steel freighters, its floor is littered with wrecks, silent reminders of just how unforgiving these waters can be. One of the earliest tragedies came in 1703. A storm so fierce it became known as the Great Storm ripped across the British Isles. The warship HMS Stirling Castle was swallowed by the Goodwin Sands off Kent, taking over 200 sailors down with her. That stretch of shifting sandbanks has since earned a grim nickname: the Ship Swallower. Centuries later, in 1895, the German ocean liner SS Elba collided with another vessel in thick fog. Within minutes, she sank into the North Sea with more than 330 lives lost. Even with modern engines and iron hulls, this sea still proved merciless. Then came the World Wars, which turned the North Sea into a battlefield. In 1916, the Battle of Jutland, the largest naval clash of World War I, left dozens of warships on the seabed. Massive dreadnoughts like HMS Invincible and the German SMS Lezo were torn apart by firepower and now lie silent in the deep. World War II added even more. The North Sea became a hunting ground for U-boats and a graveyard for convoys. Hundreds of merchant ships were sunk here, many still resting just beneath the shipping lanes used today. And it didn't stop with wars. In 1980, the oil platform Alexander Kielland collapsed during a storm off Norway, killing 123 workers. Proof that even massive steel structures aren't safe when the North Sea turns violent. These wrecks are not just history. They are time capsules, some holding lost cargo, others military secrets, and many still untouched, cloaked by silt and secrecy. If stories like these pull you in, make sure you're subscribed. Because this isn't the last time we'll uncover tales of wrecks, mysteries, and the dark side of the sea. But not every tale in the North Sea is written in steel and gunpowder. Some stories drift into the unknown, into legends, ghost ships, and unsolved mysteries. Not every story from the North Sea is carved in stone or logged in history books. Some belong to legend, tales whispered by fishermen, divers, and sailors who've seen things they can't explain. There are stories of ghost ships drifting silently across the fog. Vessels that appear out of nowhere, only to vanish the moment you try to draw closer. Some believe these are mirages caused by strange light bending over the sea. Others say they are the restless souls of ships lost in storms, doomed to sail forever. Divers have their own eerie account. In certain wrecks, currents stir the silt so heavily it feels like the ship itself is breathing. And sometimes, sonar picks up shapes on the seabed, hulks that appear to be ships. But when explorers return, the signals are gone. Were they wrecks shifting under sandbanks? Or something else entirely? There are also rumors of hidden wartime cargoes. Some say German U-boats carried gold to fund the Reich, lost when the subs never returned. Others point to sealed wrecks holding experimental weapons, dangerous enough that governments keep their exact locations secret even today. Whether fact or fiction, these mysteries keep the North Sea alive in our imagination. Because for every wreck we've uncovered, there are countless more still buried beneath the waves. And as long as nations argue over borders and resources, the secrets of the North Sea aren't just in the past, they're part of the present. Legends might capture the imagination, but the true battles over the North Sea aren't just about ghost ships. They're about power, money, and survival. The North Sea doesn't belong to one nation. It's ringed by Britain, Norway, Denmark, Germany, the Netherlands, Belgium, and France. For centuries, whoever controlled these waters controlled trade, and in modern times, something even more valuable: oil and gas. In the 1960s, massive reserves were discovered beneath the seabed. Suddenly, invisible lines were drawn across the water, exclusive zones dividing who could drill, who could fish, and who could profit. Diplomatic disputes flared. Fishing boats clashed. Naval patrols stood watch. The North Sea wasn't just a graveyard anymore. It was a high-stakes chessboard. And the pressure hasn't gone away. Even today, fishing rights spark heated confrontations between fleets. Wind farms rise where battleships once patrolled, and oil rigs still pump billions into national economies. The truth is simple. Beneath the waves lie wrecks and mysteries. But above them, nations are still fighting for every last resource. Which raises a question. If the past has left so many secrets buried in the sand, what will the future of the North Sea uncover? The North Sea is not just another body of water. It's a battlefield, a graveyard, and a vault of secrets that refuses to give them all up. Beneath its waves lie warships from Jutland, liners lost in fog, oil rigs torn apart by storms. Each one a frozen moment in history. Above the surface, nations still wrestle for control, just as they did centuries ago. And in the shadows, legends of ghost ships and lost treasure keep our imaginations alive. The North Sea is proof that the past never really disappears. It lingers, sometimes in plain sight, sometimes hidden under layers of silt, waiting for the right moment to be rediscovered. So the next time you picture this stretch of water, don't think of calm blue seas. Think of storms rising without warning, ships vanishing into darkness, and mysteries still waiting to be uncovered. If you've enjoyed this dive into the deadly secrets of the North Sea, make sure to subscribe, because there are more shipwrecks, lost treasures, and maritime mysteries out there, and together, we'll uncover them one story at a time. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next exploration.